Men, boxing talk.
We are back.
Stop that old shit. We back. You know, we are back.
Hey, no, that's,
that's English.
That's right, English.
Man,
he went to school for that. We are back.
Man, we back.
We back.
We are back.
We are back.
Look,
you got me talking that ignorant shit.
We back.
We back. We are back. Goddamn.
That's right. Now go ahead, Brandon. The floor is yours. About
Oh no, like, look.
I'll give him the floor. Brandon, who is
man, don't keep saying that shit because it ain't
Brandon,
even about that.
who was a big Floyd Mayweather
I still
fan,
am,
and he still is. It's sort of, what's the word, Tony?
Irritated.
Conflicted.
I ain't conflicted. I'm irritated.
He irritated.
He's perturbed.
By the fact
and Leonard can pull that shit
Floyd
on me if he want to.
Mayweather.
Leonard can pull that shit on me if he want to.
Is
I'm
talking
DC,
shit about him and what's that other dude's name? Because they sound just the damn like.
Which other dude?
Shout out to Monty Brown. Monty Brown. Is it Monty Brown?
Money Brown TV?
Monty Brown TV. Shout out to Monty Brown, because you and this brother, I swear, when I watch your videos, I have to look at the shit again because I think I'm listening to him.
Nah, because the difference between me and him is I'll tell when Canelo doing some shit wrong.
Monty think he does. What is it?
I think it's Money. Money Brown.
Monty.
Monty
I'm gonna call you Monty Brown.
You know, I don't even know why you even be brought up. Don't do that, man. Don't talk about it.
Shout out,
yeah,
but go
shout
ahead,
out,
Brandon. It's your show,
man.
Because this is where I first
that boy
heard.
Likes to do what he likes to do.
Yeah. If he like Canelo, he like Canelo.
It's just is what it is.
Nobody say shit when you be pulling up Ray Leonard and
like
Holyfield, meatball head ass.
When we off camera, I tell you how I feel about it. But that man has a great channel. He talk his talk, and I feel how he feels.
I agree.
That's it. But
Money
we're gonna
Brown.
talk about how we feel.
Shout out to Money
Shout
Brown.
out to Money.
Shout out to
Brown.
Money
You
Brown.
doing your thing, brother.
Exactly.
Don't let him tell you nothing different.
Mm-hmm. Money, you got the left. Brandon got the right.
Nah, I ain't got no right. I ain't got no ball. That's where we different, because I ain't hold nobody ball.
That's all I'm saying.
Money gonna have both of them. Because Brandon ain't hold.
Brandon gonna leave him hanging. He be like this. All right, you read that? You read it right. Brandon be like this. Okay, put both your hands out.
That shit is strictly in-ring.
You can see that stuff like this. Like,
Hey,
really? Like,
that shit is strictly in-ring fan. All that other shit outside
that's
the
what
ring.
he is, man. You know,
Fuck him.
he that too. He just an in-ring fan. I mean, look, he loved, like I said, I think he's from Texas, so, you know, he ride hard for Earl Spence, and he ride hard for, you know, the best fighter, you know, pound for pound in the game, which is Canelo Alvarez.
I mean,
and I'm not mad at that at all.
No,
I mean, we laughing and joking, bro, but, you know, look, like, I respect you. I respect anybody who get on there and talk, you know what I'm saying? They'll talk about boxing regardless, because you know somebody's always gonna have something to say.
right.
That's it.
Yeah, I mean, like you say, man, you got your own channel. You do what you want to do with your own channel.
Yep.
I mean, if you a fan, you a fan. I'm a fan too, but I'm gonna say when he wrong too. But
who?
yeah, come on with this old shit. I keep telling you about this old shit.
Phone stop ringing. Go ahead.
Old ass ringer. Damn, surprised you ain't got Earth, Wind, and Fire on that mother.
Thank you. I think I might put some September on there. Get
I know,
over
man.
with your piece,
I just don't like when, cause to me it's blatant, and I don't like when the conversation is not about something and you bring it up, because to me, look,
Alan. Okay.
shit. But yeah, I don't like when cause to me it just shows a level of like hate, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, to me, Floyd was a big inspiration when it came to boxing for me, because the same way I felt about Canelo, I felt about Floyd. He was out here doing what he needed to do, whooping people. And he got to a point where he could move how he wanted to move, and he did that.
Yep.
And Floyd himself said after he fought Canelo, what'd he say? I got 24 more months, and then this the man right here. So now that man who you made big,
Yeah, exactly.
has gotten to a point where he's getting all of this worldwide adulation and congratulations, now you feel some type of way. And to me, I just feel like Floyd is a big attention whore. And when the attention is not on him, he feels some type of way about it. And I'm not just saying that because I fuck with Canelo. I'm saying that even looking at how he handles Tank. It's like, it's not your fucking interview, dude. Like, we're here to talk to Tank about Tank. Back the fly. Okay, cool. You're the promoter. Come in and say what you got to say and get the fuck on.
I'm sitting here as you say that, and I'm trying to think if when Anthony Joshua was doing the interview, how much of Eddie Hearn do I see or hear?
And my thing is, even if you gonna be the Don King and you gonna be the spokesman for Tank, you may feel like Tank may say the wrong shit, or you may not feel like Tank can think for himself.
That's what I was thinking.
But my thing is,
but
if you gonna do that,
Baltimore different.
Speak about Tank.
Yeah.
We know what the fuck Floyd did.
I think it was a deflect, Brandon. I really do. People was talking about Tank's performance and everything else, and he want to pull Canelo out the ass and talk about how you beat Canelo so easy. And
but
all
was
this
that before the? I thought that was before the Tank.
It was
fight.
Both. It was one before and there was one after.
Yeah.
Which is why I say it looked like jealousy.
It is jealousy.
Jealousy maybe, but here's another take on it. Who's the hot person in boxing right now?
It don't matter.
I know, but I'm saying if you want to bring attention to yourself, talking about Canelo negatively keeps you in the spotlight.
Which does what? There's no take. That's the same take.
Well,
it shows jealousy.
Yeah.
It shows he wants the spotlight. Talking negatively about Canelo to bring attention on himself shows that he wants the spotlight.
Or bring attention to his fighter.
You're not bringing attention to your fighter when they're asking you questions about Tank and you yourself start talking about Canelo. There's a lot of shit you can say about Tank without bringing up Canelo's name.
Yeah, this is true.
Because what you're doing that he don't realize is you're putting more. You're putting more attention on Canelo by bringing him up in a situation he not even fucking in.
I know Canelo ain't thinking about Floyd Mayweather right now.
Absolutely. If you are like you said, Brandon, if you're promoting Tank, then promote Tank. I mean, I understand that, good publicity, bad publicity, all that, as long as they talking about your name. But you retired, man, and you're a promoter. You don't need to be bringing attention to your own name, because that's the only thing you do is bring attention to Canelo and yourself, not Tank.
Yeah.
When you're talking about Canelo negatively, all you're doing is bringing attention to yourself and Canelo.
And then the thing is, it's one thing to give your opinion when somebody asks you a question, but most of the time there's no question asked. It's just, y'all will do this to Tank, but y'all praise Canelo. You didn't have a fucking problem when nobody talked about anybody else and everybody praised Floyd Mayweather. I didn't hear you say, don't praise me as much, talk about Keith Thurman. Don't praise me as much, talk about Danny Garcia. I never heard him say that shit when all of the spotlight was on him.
Well, I'm going to go a step further. Shout out to 78 Sports. When 78 Sports said when Floyd was out there fighting the Robert Guerreros and the Canelo Alvarez's, and people were saying, well, why don't you fight some of these and give some of these black fighters an opportunity? He didn't want to hear it. So to bring that shit up last weekend, hypocritical.
Like Brandon said, this is somebody that you helped create. But now you want to tear him down because things didn't go. I guess things didn't go as expected with the Tank fight, which Tank still clearly won the fight.
I don't even think it had nothing to do with Tank fight, bro. He's now seeing that nobody cares about, like, what Floyd didn't have is genuine love from his people, because he never accepted his own people. Right. You see what I'm saying? So he never had genuine love from the people because he seeked it elsewhere. Yeah. So now he's seeing that Canelo, his people genuinely fuck with Canelo. His people gonna travel to fucking wherever. You know what I'm saying? To see Canelo fight or to support Canelo. And now he feels some type of way about it because now somebody is starting to reach that level. And Canelo, and the bad part about it is, Canelo not even close to what Floyd did as far as numbers. As far as like pay-per-view buys and all that shit, it's not even close.
But for him, like you said, for him to drop for them to get 800,000 buys in this market is impressive.
I'm not saying it's not.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is Floyd has 5 of the top 10 highest grossing pay-per-views of all time.
That's true.
5. Mm-hmm. Why are you mad because a motherfucker did 800,000? If you did 800,000 with fucking old Shane Mosley.
Yeah, but like I said, I'm telling you, man. Like you said, it's the hate. It's very impressive now when when people got so many other options in order to stream and steal fights for his people to back him and and put that money out. And a lot of people don't do that now.
I mean, like I said, people do it if it's appreciated.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna sit out here and pay for, and no disrespect to Terrence Crawford, because I fuck with Terrence Crawford, but he don't talk to his people. He don't do fucking interviews to make people fall in love with him. Canelo makes sure that even though he can fucking speak English, he makes sure he's speaking Spanish because he's catering to his people.
This is true.
Very true.
This is very true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Floyd would rather tell us how much he robbing the bank to stunt on us when we the reason why you can rob the bank, motherfucker.
Yep. Look, like you said, and another thing that I think that 78 said was like this. I mean, what are you doing? Okay, we understand you getting your money, but these Logan Pauls and all this stuff and stuff that you're giving fights to that don't really deserve to share the ring with you.
And see,
you're making them, you're making legacy money for them and their fans.
All right, I haven't seen 78 in a while, so I haven't had a chance to look at his. But like I said, bro, Floyd, when he had the opportunity, and this is why it irritates me, because now all of a sudden it's they don't give these black fighters the credit, or they don't da 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 da. You didn't give the black fighters the love,
credit,
and you ain't giving them love now if they not under your promotion. Like you said, we ain't making no money. Look, we ain't making no money.
Like I just don't like that, bro. Like, and like I said, I still am a huge Floyd fan when it comes to in the ring. I think I argued with somebody in the comments not too long ago about Canelo not being better than Floyd.
Yeah.
Well, so let me ask you this, because I know that conversation was who had the better career, Floyd or Pacquiao, and then we say because Pacquiao in 8 divisions, when you look at it, does that beat that 50-0?
It ain't just about the 50-0.
It ain't just about the 50-0.
But I think for a lot of people it is, and I will say this: if Canelo Alvarez goes up and beat that guy at cruiserweight, and it comes back down and go undisputed at 175. I say he surpasses Floyd.
To me, if you say that to me, then you're just a prisoner of the moment. Because
okay,
Floyd
undisputed in 2 weight divisions.
Yeah, but to me, I like a lot of people say undisputed. To me, undisputed don't mean what it used to mean. Like, it just don't. Like, it's too many fucking belts. It's too many people who don't deserve belts. It's too many. If you a certain level of fighter, you can get certain fights with fighters. If you not, then you can't even become, like, it's just too much unnecessary shit to why I don't put a lot of stock in the undisputed shit.
Okay, yeah, you just took I'm gonna have to take a step back because no one else could get those fights as Canelo can. So that's not fair in itself.
It's like, think about
But
it.
he still got a winner.
He got to win him, but who else has that opportunity?
I'm not taking it away from him, but the thing is, in order to win him,
get that opportunity.
In order to win him, I got to be able to fight.
That's true.
You see what I'm saying? I can't win this shit unless I got the opportunity.
Very true.
Yeah.
So for me, T.O. only got the opportunity because pretty much all of the belts was on that side.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That side. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But think about it. Bud was able to get the opportunity at 140 because all of the belts was pretty much on the top ring side.
That's true.
So it wouldn't have been benefit. Like, we get mad at Danny. Danny really didn't have an option because political shit.
That's true.
So a lot of that undisputed shit for me is water under the bridge. I just want to see the best motherfuckers fight. And when you look at that, you can't take away from Floyd, and that's just as simple as that. I don't give a fuck if he did pick his last 6 fights. He got fucking 44 fights before that he whooped ass in. So he's proven. Same way, I don't give a fuck if Canelo do pick his next 6 fights and retire. His resume and the trail that he left behind, he's earned the right to do that. In my book, the same way Floyd earned the right to do it.
That's why I can't understand, like Alan said, and you said that. I mean, he's following the playbook you laid out, bro.
Yeah.
But you mad at that? I don't, like I said, I don't get it. Like I said, but I mean, we've always known that Floyd, you know, he loves attention. You know, he loves trying to keep his name out there. You know, if somebody's talking about somebody, oh, they, you know, they not that good. I mean, and he, you know, he always goes back to the fight that you had, you know, with Canelo, which you did. You know, you schooled a young boy.
And then this is my
at 36 years old.
This is my
which
thing,
is impressive, right? Floyd. That's damn impressive.
This is my thing, Tommy. If anything, when you say, "Oh, Canelo ain't," oh, the motherfucker was easy. What does that say about everybody who ass he whooping?
Yeah.
And then what does that say about your win over him?
Exactly.
But guess what? If you was to give Canelo his credit, how much better does that make you look?
Well, the thing about it is
nobody can beat the motherfucker, and you beat him handily.
I think he picked Canelo over Triple G when they fought. I think Floyd picked Canelo over Triple G.
But you know why? Because everybody wanted Floyd to fight Triple G.
No.
Everybody wanted Floyd. Because remember, Triple G was saying, "I come to 154 to fight Floyd, but not to fight Canelo."
Yeah, but Floyd was retired then.
No, he wasn't retired.
I thought he was.
No. Before that, everybody was saying, "Well, you beat Canelo," and that's what I be saying. One thing about me, I remember. When Floyd beat Canelo and then he beat Pacquiao, motherfuckers wanted him to go fight Triple G. That's the whole reason why the Andre Ward shit happened.
I'm talking about when they fought. I thought he was already retired.
Who?
Floyd. When they fought.
Yeah, but it was still because his name was tied to Triple G.
I remember that narrative that you want to fight Floyd, but you won't fight
Andre Ward. Exactly.
Yeah.
So Floyd is all about his own narrative. And one thing about me, even though I'm a fan, I can see through the bullshit. Floyd is hating because that man, even after a loss to Floyd, has been able to do what he's done. And Floyd don't like it. And then it's hypocritical because you say, "Oh, well, Canelo, he can pick this." Well, then wasn't you able to pick?
Sure the hell was.
When motherfucker said, when the poll said Amir Khan, didn't you pick Maidana? When the poll said Keith Thurman, didn't you pick Andre Berto?
Yeah.
What are you doing right now with Tank? Aren't you picking motherfuckers that like so? Like, what are you saying?
Exactly.
Like, you're not even fucking making sense.
He's not.
And you think you're doing something? I say, "Oh, you know that motherfucker was easy." Okay, well, guess what? If he was easy, he an easy motherfucker whooping everybody else's ass, and he's made it to that level being an easy motherfucker. So like you're burning your own bridge by trying to down him because the better he is, the better your win looks.
I've heard Canelo give him all the credit in the world.
Like I said, Canelo has never said anything but if I fight him again, I will win. That's the only thing I've heard Canelo say out the way about the Floyd fight.
Is it?
If I fight him again with the experience that I have now, I will win. Even that's one of the reasons why I'm such a Canelo fan, because when he lost to Floyd, he didn't make no fucking excuses. He even said, "I don't know how the judge saw the draw. I lost." Was he as good as advertised? Yes, he was good. He was as good as advertised. And a motherfucker went back to the drawing board and worked his ass off. He didn't cry. He didn't complain. He didn't do it. He didn't pull a T.O. He didn't pull a Brandon Figueroa and whine after the fight. He didn't do none of that shit. Took his fucking loss and went back and learned and got better. How the fuck do you hate on that?
Yeah. I mean,
Wilder, on the other hand, made every excuse in the book. And I'm a big Wilder fan, but I'm gonna call it like it is.
He made excuses after the third fight.
I'm just saying, period. I don't give a fuck if it's after the first fight or the second fight or the third fight. It's that simple. I'm tired of he could have lost. So what? A lot of motherfuckers could have lost and got the nod. Floyd could have lost to Castillo, got the nod. Floyd could have lost to Maidana the first fight, got the nod. Who cares? Like, it is what it is. 9 times out of 10, if you're the moneymaker, you're going to get the nod. That ain't nothing new. That shit did not just start with Canelo.
No, it didn't.
It didn't just start with Floyd.
That's right.
No.
It's been throughout boxing history.
Throughout big boxing history, yeah.
Period.
Stop crying, man.
Yeah, I don't like that shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
stop crying.
Like, how do I look if you're my protege, and I got a cousin that's a high school basketball player right now, right? He on ESPN and all that shit right now. When I talk to him, I don't talk to him about what the fuck I did. I talk to him about what he can do. I'm not about to sit up there and I already had my career. I already did what I did. That shit is water under the bridge. It's his turn now. If I'm here to help him, I'm here to help him. I'm not here to get in front of the camera and say, well, when I played this team, I had 40. Who the fuck cares?
You know, it's sort of funny when I'm looking at Tank and him together in interviews, and I can just see in Tank's face, like, why the fuck is he right here? Why in my interview? I'm the one that just got out the ring. They're here for me, but yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
I don't like that. A lot of people gonna say, "Oh, you just..." Nah, it's not because I'm a Canelo fan. Because I'm a bigger Floyd fan than I am a Canelo fan, and y'all know that.
But haters hate, man.
I'm a bigger fan of Floyd than I am a Canelo.
Yeah, haters
but
hate.
How do you get mad at a 31-year-old Canelo when he's reached that peak, and you still picking these shitty fights for Tank, and he damn near 30?
Yes.
Tank 27.
Yeah, he the oldest.
So next year he gonna be 28. Who he fighting?
I tell you this, unless, like I said, unless it's somebody that we have heard of, it shouldn't be no more pay-per-views. I'm sorry.
But see, this is the thing. I mean, promoters know that people have a plethora of options in order to watch a pay-per-view for free. Okay? So when you're putting your fighter in there with people that we don't really want to see him against because you're saying you're only making your side rich, but we're asking you for the Devin Haney's, we're asking you for the Shakur Stevens, we're asking you for the T.O.'s, we're asking you for the Camboses. And then when them numbers come back and they not as good.
Speaking of that, where they at?
I don't know.
Because we had Canelo numbers by like that Wednesday.
Yeah.
Well, we had Bud in them numbers by like that Wednesday, that Thursday.
Ellaby put out numbers talking because that dumb shit he said about knocking out Eddie Hearn, that was some stupid shit too, but
I don't even know what that was about.
I know what it's about.
What was it about?
He hating him. He hating on him. He hating on him. Because one thing they could say, oh, we doing this, we doing that. Y'all have one fighter of relevance. One.
Eddie Hearn is getting it done.
One fighter that y'all can talk about who y'all keep saying is star. And this is no hate. This is no hate to Tank because I fuck with Tank heavy. But Tank is not a fucking star. I'm sorry. A star is not 200,000 buys. Earl Spence is not a star. 300,000 buys is not a star. That's just what it is. It's only fucking 3 stars in boxing. Canelo Alvarez, Anthony Joshua, and fucking Deontay Wilder, if that.
No Tyson Fury?
No, because Tyson Fury ain't doing no numbers but without no Wilder.
That's true.
I mean, unless he with Joshua or with Wilder. We'll see what this Dillian White shit do. Not a damn thing. No, is he good? Yeah. But as far as stars, ain't no fucking star. Tank ain't no damn star. The top of the Staples Center was closed off.
I don't know about
I know.
Star. I mean, I don't know if I agree with you on that. A star, a superstar, no.
I don't think he's a star.
I think he's a star.
You say, oh, Tank is the face of boxing. No, 200,000 buys is not the face of
I
boxing.
don't think he's a star.
What makes him a star?
I mean, not only just the 200,000 buys, Tank bring him out wherever he go.
So if you saying as far as popularity, maybe. But I'm
That's
talking
what
about
I'm talking about. That's
translating to sales.
No, not translating to sales. No, I think, like I said, in this climate, I keep saying this.
A lot of motherfuckers popular.
Yeah, but no, that makes that makes you a star if you're popular in boxing.
Nah.
Well, I mean, if you just can't. I mean, Canelo is popular. Canelo is like, when you mention Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, and Canelo Alvarez, you're talking about superstars in boxing. I say that they are stars. I think that Earl Spence is a star. I think that Tank Davis is a star. To
me, if your opponent is not making life-changing money, when I say life-changing, I'm talking million. I'm saying $5 million. You're not a star.
I mean, well, shit. So I mean, well, goddamn, I don't know if goddamn Berto made $5 million. He made probably $1 million to fight Floyd. So what are you saying? So
as
Floyd
far as
wasn't
guaranteed, yeah. But I'm talking about period. Like fucking Mario Barrios made like $500,000 to fight fucking Tank, bro. That's not no.
But Tank ain't getting $5 million for that.
Exactly, which means he ain't no damn star.
His popularity says he's a star.
Man, okay. Well, like I said,
I mean, with
a lot of motherfuckers can have
the social media thing in it now. I mean, is Ryan Garcia a star?
No, not in my book.
With all the followers, because I think they say
I
he got the
don't
most
care
followers
about that,
in
bro.
boxing.
It's to me what makes you a star is when you have a following that supports. I can have 1 billion motherfuckers following me and ain't nobody supporting the shit that I'm doing.
Okay.
Floyd was a fucking star.
Star built off the
Now I'm not saying he ain't ever gonna be. I'm talking about the way that they talk about him right now. They talk about him like he motherfucking, Tank the cash cow. How? It ain't like when Caleb Plant last fight was 700,000 and then you fight Canelo and you make 10 million. What do you the cash cow of?
Yeah, when you fought Ray Leonard, you got a higher paycheck.
I mean, when you fight most of them, you getting higher paychecks than you normally get. But I mean, that that's it. I mean, Sean Porter, I think he said he made more money in the Terrence Crawford fight than he ever made. But that was it. But I mean, that doesn't mean that, like you said, it's. I mean, if you're going with the support argument, I'm not going to argue on that point. I'm going to argue on the popularity point because there are so many other options and people are just not paying. Canelo has a whole country behind him that will pay.
So what does that mean?
We don't. We won't pay. We won't pay. Regardless of who Canelo fights, they will pay. We won't pay.
I don't think we'll pay to see.
Exactly. I said regardless of who Canelo fights, they will pay.
True.
I think they will. I think his fan base will pay.
Nah.
Well, that comes back to a conversation we had about black.
I mean, because even
fans.
look, even probably a bad Canelo pay-per-view, what, 300,000-400,000, right?
That's true.
Yeah, so that's them paying. That's them paying.
But
So
to me, that's what makes him a star, and that's what makes.
There's a whole country behind him. Like I said, when you have.
Is the United States not a country?
But we're not behind our fighters. Like
so what does that tell
you? That we some shit.
Was we behind Floyd?
Huh? Yeah, I mean, but
so what does that tell you?
Like I said,
wait, were we behind Floyd? Did a lot of Spanish people pay? A lot of Latinos paid.
Okay, so let me ask you this:
Floyd lose.
And
on top of that, like I said, back when he was fighting, there wasn't as many options. You can't just glance over that, man. That is a fact.
I'm not saying it's not.
Okay,
but
that's
what I'm saying.
saying.
Is 200,000 buys. I don't give a fuck how many options there is. It's not star.
Yeah, no, it is.
That doesn't.
That's 200,000 people that came out there.
Exactly.
Man.
That's right. That's the star.
When they could have streamed it somehow or cheated.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's not a star.
That's a star.
I'm sorry.
It's not a superstar, but it's a star.
Not when there's 8 billion motherfuckers.
Not to add that it was on during an
8
NFL
billion
game.
boxing fans.
Bruh. Y'all can say what y'all want to say.
Not to add that a football game was on at the same time.
Am I saying Tank doesn't have potential to be one? No, I'm not.
No, I'm saying Tank.
But what I'm telling you is, right now, Tank ain't doing too much more than what nobody else is doing. And for them to say Tank don't do what Earl Spence do.
No, he don't.
So what big star are we looking at?
But I mean, no, he doesn't do what Earl Spence do. But look at the fighters that Earl Spence is fighting, the caliber of fighters that Earl Spence is fighting, and the caliber of fighters that Tank is fighting. He's basically pulling these shows by himself. Earl Spence fighting Mikey Garcia brings in a whole nother fan base. Earl Spence fighting Sean Porter brings in another fan base.
What fan base?
Man, people support Sean Porter, man. I mean,
so let me ask you this: if people support Sean Porter, why did Earl Spence versus Sean Porter do 300,000 buys, and why did Terrence Crawford versus Sean Porter do 130,000 buys?
Because first of all, like I said, they were fighting on the goddamn app.
Man, because
That's
people
number one.
came to see Earl, regardless of how you want to cut it or slice it.
No, I'm saying that they were fighting on the goddamn app, and I think they would. I don't know if they would have did 300,000, but they would have damn sure did more than 130. They wasn't fighting on that fucking app that people had to figure out.
Listen, that's nobody's fault, but his promoters.
That's true. That's what I'm saying. But I was giving you a reason.
But guess what? If he did 130 on the app, and you saying that's the reason why I didn't do more, and Tank did 200,000 with no app, what makes him a star? You just prove my point even more.
No, I didn't.
Because if you telling me that Terrence Crawford and Porter didn't do that many buys because
I
they
didn't
was
say
on
Terrence
the app,
Crawford or Sean Porter wasn't a star in boxing.
they not.
Not to you.
No, they're not. Period. When
Okay.
they're not stars, bro. They're we look at them as, because we know their skill level. We look at them on a higher level than we do other people. But what I'm talking about is your name translating to dollars, those guys aren't stars.
It is translating
Well,
to
I
dollars.
mean, Brandon, like Tony said, it's a different time. I mean, boxing.
Bottom line, which he seemed to not get his fat ass head around.
It's not. What I'm saying is, I don't give a fuck if there's more streams. Okay, so let me ask you this.
It's not even about that. Boxing is not that popular of a sport as it was 10 years ago.
So let me ask you
20 years
this.
ago.
Was boxing more popular in the 90s or in the 2010s?
More popular in the 90s.
So why was Floyd Mayweather able to do so many more pay-per-views than those more popular boxers in the 90s?
It wasn't just Floyd. You had Oscar.
Did you hear what I said? Floyd Mayweather has 5 of the top 10 highest grossing pay-per-view
in the years between 2000 and 2010, right? I'm asking.
What I'm saying is, if you're telling me that boxing was more popular when Tyson, when Lennox, when all of those guys were fighting in the 90s, why the fuck was Floyd numbers so much better?
It's not that Floyd numbers are so much better. Hear me out. Because the Lennox Lewises and certain people, there were no pay-per-views. We got those fights on HBO. We got those fights on Showtime. We got those fights on TV.
So we didn't get Tyson versus Lennox Lewis on pay-per-view.
Yeah, but it's one of the highest pay-per-views there is.
We didn't get Tyson versus Holyfield on pay-per-view.
Which is one of the highest pay-per-views
we
there is.
We didn't get Bo versus Holyfield on pay-per-view.
Again, look at the numbers. They did good numbers.
But what I'm telling you is, if it was more popular then because you saying boxing ain't popular now, right? Pay-per-views was cheaper back then too.
It's not that. Floyd got pay-per-views because, like he said, Latinos wanted to see him lose. It was more Latinos buying that shit than black people.
So why did Floyd versus Shane Mosley do $1 million buys?
Because they still wanted to see him lose.
At that point, what was he?
Y'all sound like Floyd. Not respecting the black dog. Black people were fucking supported Floyd too. And that's the reason why Floyd don't have the love that Canelo have, is because he doesn't respect the black dollar. That's what it boils down to. Just like y'all don't respect that shit.
Nah.
Because guess what? Where the fuck was Miguel Cotto numbers when he didn't fight Floyd? Where the fuck was fucking these other guys' numbers when they wasn't fighting Floyd? Why they shit ain't in the top?
But Miguel Cotto fights, man. Were they pay-per-view or was he on HBO?
He was on HBO.
He was on HBO.
No, he was not. Miguel Cotto got pay-per-view fights. Stop it.
Against who? Canelo and Floyd?
Okay, let me ask. Where's Manny Pacquiao and Juan Marquez pay-per-view numbers? Where those at? Y'all don't respect.
Those were
no, they're not in the top 10.
No, I didn't say the top 10, but they were up there. Though.
But if y'all saying it's these Mexican guys that's carrying it, where are those pay-per-view numbers at? Why is what y'all saying not translating to dollars?
Are we talking about the fighters or are we talking about
I'm talking about being a star. I'm talking about being a star. And I'm telling you, yes, Tank got a lot of little celebrity friends that come out, so when he at his fights, it look appealing. But what I'm telling you is, that's the appearance of it. But why is that not translating to dollars? Why is that not translating to views?
You just showed that he's a star. They don't come out for nobody who they don't think stars. They show up at Canelo fights. They show up at Tank fights. They show up at Earl's fights. They showed up at the Terrence Crawford fight with Sean.
I got some celebrity fans. So if they come to my event, that make me a star.
If you got Jay-Z and all of them showing up, damn it, yeah, it makes you a star. And yes, it does. When you got the whole front that me and you who got, I mean, if we have a little bit of money that we can't buy close to ringside because it's filled with Hollywood's elite or elite people in the society, yes, that makes you a star.
I mean, like I said, if you want to look at it that way, fine.
Okay.
But when you say Tank is a star, Tank do this, Tank do that, and I see 200,000 pay-per-view buys, that don't look right to me. If I got 1 million followers on Instagram and I sell some shit and I sell 200 shirts, somewhere there's a fucking disconnect. I'm sorry.
Okay, again, I guess you're basing this off of Tank and Canelo, but again, what are you? I mean, what are you basing the number count on?
I'm basing it on the fact that 200,000 buys is not a success. Like, are you like how does that even break even?
I don't agree with you. 200,000 buys at $80. How much was that fight?
Yeah, 79.
79 at $80.
Y'all do the math.
Yeah, Esau Cruz.
Pull it up.
Fighting somebody that we ain't even heard of 2 weeks before the fight.
He did the same thing with Barrios. He did the same thing with Leo Santa
He
Cruz.
would have got the same number fighting Romero, probably more.
Man.
This was a replacement that did 200,000 buys.
Leo wasn't a replacement. Mario Barrios wasn't a replacement. The numbers are the same.
Well,
Okay, so he consistent.
Man.
if you can get $200,000
And they consistently making money.
at $80, 200,000 at
You allow
$80.
them to make you believe that they're making money. That's fine. But one thing I could do is count.
Okay, so how much did it cost for them to promote it? How much did they make, Brandon? Since you can count so much, break it down to us all right now. No.
What
Break it down to
what
us
I'm
right
saying
now.
is, pull your calculator out and we can do the math.
No, okay, no, tell me.
My phone up there, so of course we can't pull the
give me the
calculator
numbers.
out.
Give me the numbers, Brandon.
You know the numbers.
No, I don't know. I know 200,000, but how
8.
much did it take to promote it? Come on.
200,000 times 80.
Mhm, how much did it take to promote it? Okay, 200,000 times 80, and we ain't even talking about the gate, right?
Mhm.
We ain't even talking about the gate yet.
Mhm.
All right, so that's $16 million right there.
Okay, now pull up what the
You don't
gate
think
did.
that's successful?
What the gate? What the gate do? I
Pull
don't
up
know.
the gate.
I don't know. I mean, I thought you had all the numbers. You was
Pull
giving to me.
up the gate.
I don't know.
It's all public record.
I mean, I'm doing all the work. You said you had the damn numbers.
Because what you not realizing is Showtime get a cut. All of that shit. You seeing that
And
bottom
they
line.
have made money. They
Bro.
have made money.
Bro.
They have made money.
Bro,
They have made money.
I don't see
Because they're not going to keep backing if they're not making money.
Tank as a star. Like
He's
I
a
said,
star.
God damn, $16 million in a night. I don't know. I don't.
okay. Y'all believe what y'all want.
Exactly.
No, I'm just saying. I mean,
Don't worry about
that's-
it. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna send y'all some footage because my phone is on record right now. Don't worry about it. Cause one thing about me, I keep receipts. Keep receipts. But at the end of the day, stop hating on that man.
which one? Because now we on the tank. I mean,
The whole conversation was about Floyd and his hatred for Canelo. That's what it boils down to.
Oh, yeah, definitely stop hating.
You know, it's like I said, to me, the more Canelo wins, the more the victory looks good for Floyd. In my book. If like prime example, when J-Rock beat Jared Hurd, that J-Rock victory looked excellent for Charlo. Now that J-Rock getting his ass whooped by any and everybody, don't nobody give a fuck no more. If Canelo was out here getting his ass whooped by everybody, the victory wouldn't look that good.
J-Rock, I mean, but that's why I said in our last stream, damn it, that I say that Jared had an off night. Because
I think it was
J-Rock.
both. I think
Because-
Jared had an off night, and I think J-Rock had the best night of his life. Never seen J-Rock look that sharp.
Exactly.
That
He
crisp.
showed who the hell he's been after that. That's why I said that
But
he did. He had
that
off night.
win made Charlo's win over J-Rock look so good. Why do you think people hold now? They hold that Lubin win for Jamel Charlo at a high standards because Lubin working his way back. He beat Goucher. He beat Rosario.
Yeah, that's true.
So now that victory for Charlo looks better because he was able to beat him, and now Lubin working his way back. So for Floyd, for Canelo to make it to this point and nobody beat the motherfucker except for you, that's saying a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
But downing him downs your victory over him.
man, I've been saying this for a while now. No disrespect to the man's skills. He's one of the best to ever do it. But fuck Floyd.
The best in my book, as far as skills is concerned. But my thing is, you want all the praise, but then when somebody say, "Okay, Floyd, we gave you yours, let's give Canelo some praise," now all of a sudden you want to praise the world, but you ain't want to take none of that praise away from yourself. When everybody was sucking Floyd off.
I want to end this. Shout out to 78 Sports who said Floyd needs to get on a train to nowhere and disappear. Batman Boxing Talk.
Man,
we
really.
out.